And we are live here with Splatoon 3 with Sia. I'm super excited for this. I'm joined on the mic by Neptune, one of my good friends from the Splatoon scene here. My name is Spicy. Neptune, how are we doing? We got a cast with Sia Splatoon 3. First time I think they're ever doing this, like, for our main tournament, main regular season. We get to be the first casters here. How we feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good here, and like you said before, with Sia being able to give opportunity not only to the players but the spectators alike as well, being powered by
True.
Zotac Gaming here, could not be possible without a little bit of their help there as well. So I'm very excited to bring Splatoon to a new audience, especially the high school scene. I'm not too familiar with high school Splatoon here, but we are getting everyone into the lobby here, and things are getting ready here. Now, just to quickly review the rule set here as well, we did do a little bit of research here, right? Game one is going to be on a turf war selected map here, and there was a coin flip between the two teams here, specifically Prairie High School versus Lake Stevens High School and Wasilla right here. So the what was it? I believe Lake Stevens won this coin toss as well, and they're going to be going to
Correct.
Flounders Heights as well. So Flounder Heights turf war, starting it off here. What do you think of this map mode, Spicy?
So Flounder Heights is kind of a volatile map already, but I think one thing that we will say is consistent with Flounder Heights is that it's a buckets paradise. So you're going to see like sloshers, the tri-sloshers, even like sloshing machines, or any type of sloshing weapon is going to see a ton of value due to the verticality of the map. Flounder Heights has so many like those like the apartment buildings are just so high up, and there's like the little grates there that you can really just utilize to like really make an advantage here. And especially in turf war, we're going to see what's going to happen here, and I'm so excited to see these comps. 3v3 Splatoon is a new thing for us, but like it's going to change up a lot of things, and I can't wait to see what we got. And look, immediately got one bucket. Let's see what's on the other side here.
Ooh,
We
hey,
got two buckets.
bucket.
Oh,
Okay. You know what? I'm loving these comps right here. You know, sloshes as we previously, yeah. And we previously talked about this before, just like how sloshers are very dominant on these maps here, mostly because of the height advantage. You know, sloshers are able to hit over ledges and over obstacles, right? Very typically. We have two people left in spawn here. We're gonna have to dapple Ulduis moving up in mid right now, looking to get a little bit of paint here and snipe out anyone who is going to try and proceed as well, Spicy.
Yeah, it looks like we have Prairie in the purple and then Lake Stevens in the green here. Mainly seeing that both these teams are saving these specials, looking to maybe have a big play coming up here now as the slosher from the side of Prairie is trying to get something in. Maybe talking with that reslider, trying to also get something in before getting picked down in the process. And each pick, each splat is so pivotal here because of the numbers advantage. And now at this point, and look, more great plays coming out from the side of Lake Stevens.
Yeah, Lake Stevens is doing a fantastic job following a wipeout right there, picking up the members one by one here and taking this height advantage here in Flounder Heights as well. Flounder Heights is definitely very difficult to break out of, especially since you have to fight from uphill battle literally and figuratively as we speak here, as another member comes down from, I believe, Prairie as well. And situations like this is not looking good for what was it, Stevens here.
Yeah, this is looking rough right now, so it looks like we're trying to see what's going to be coming up. We see the tactical core come into play now from the screen team, trying to see what they're going to be able to do using that verticality, as well as there is a nice pick now, and this is looking really good from this side of, I want to say this like Stevens, as you're just seeing a lot of these plays here, just a lot of great options and multiple picks just being flying off air. We're starting to approach the last minute, and everything that we know about turf war matters here, where this last minute just does so much. We see the bucket duel come out here, as that's looking good for Lake Stevens here in the green, who's really starting to hold strong here, but this is the final minute where everything matters.
Right. For everyone who does not know the rules of Turf War, who are just watching for the first time, because this could be your first ever Splatoon event here, what matters at the end of Turf War is how much paint you have covered on the ground compared to your enemy here. So literally the last 30 seconds, it is now or never. Get your paint down. Make sure you cover it more than your opponents here. The winning team is going to have the most of their paint color down at the end of the game here. And right now, Lake Steven is looking to close out this game right here. The 52 gal just constantly getting these picks here, putting the additional pressure with the whales here. Spicy, it's end game time.
That's end game time. Last 25 seconds on the clock. There is still hope here for Prairie, but they have to make something happen now, and they need some picks to get on the board. But they look at this. There's only one member up at that current point, as you are watching as Lake Stevens is holding on strong, and his bucket is going off. Just finding extra picks. Finding another one here. As another one trying to get a third. And look, it's a wipe here, and that's going to be the dagger as Lake Stevens will win this first game.
Unbelievable ending there, Spicy. Just the pressure and the momentum from Lake Stevens being able to take this first game of Turf War in a best of 5 set here is absolutely insane. Starting off this WSSEA high school Splatoon league strong, game 1 going to Lake Stevens here.
Yeah, that was some incredible gameplay that we saw for really from both teams, but you really want to highlight what Lake Stevens was doing at that given moment. Really there. You know that the whole point about Turf War is you get that control and you get those numbers advantage. Once you get into that, you start to really make just to have a great sense of advantage there, and I think that's really just been the name of the game for them as we go into the second game.
Yeah, the second game, actually, this is quite interesting for the format here. So this is the first time I've seen a tournament where you're going to have counter picks, but you only get to choose the map. The mode is set in place right here, and the next mode is going to be Rainmaker as well. So everything seems to be on the table, Spicy. So I'm curious to see what was it? Prairie is going to respond here with the Rainmaker mode as well, especially given like the interesting dynamics of a 3v3 as well. That is something I am looking forward to seeing.
Yeah, especially because we're going into Rainmaker, and Rainmaker has historically been a mode where things like Tacticore becomes really prominent because of like the extra boosting, the extra energy there. And like speaking of like energy and things that powers like the things, we like want to give a quick shout out again to Zotac for powering today's stream. Thank you again to their incredible support as we're able to bring this broadcast to all of you, helping to showcase the amazing talent in Scholastic Esports. And like for all of this, want to give a quick shout to them on social media as well, using hashtags like powered by Zotac, Zotac USA. But like we're talking about like power and like just really this kind of stuff. Puddles Love, who I forget what their name was in terms of their in-game name, but they were the bucket from the side of Lake Stevens. You saw them go absolutely crazy last game. I'm wondering if we're gonna see some more similar stuff from them going into this next.
Yeah, for sure. Just definitely that Tri-Slosher player from the side of Lake Stevens is absolutely insane right here. We got to give a shout out to Puddles there, going in clutch for their team right there. And something you mentioned before, just like tactical is very prominent in Rainmaker. If Puddles decides to play, the Tri-Slosher Nouveau once again,
yes,
they will have that powerful special at their disposal, because for those of you who are unfamiliar, Tactical is a team support special. It's not a special that is a weapon that you wield and destroy your enemies with. It is a support special in the sense that there is a vending machine that gets tossed down on the map that you physically go to get soda that boosts all your stats and allows you to respawn nearly instantly if you get splatted.
Oh yeah, that's a great point right here. And we're going to Sturgeon Shipyard now, and whoa, these are some interesting picks. We're seeing the Clash Blaster come out, and you're seeing some other options from the side of Prairie. We're seeing the Nautilus come out from their side, like Stevens, Ganji now with the Clash Blaster. Oh, and also the custom Jet Sculpture. What are your thoughts on these weapon selections we've seen so far?
Honestly, very interesting in comp right here. The Clash Blaster is quite strong around these ledges here, and being able to use the area effect weapons, right, and be able to take high ground right here, exactly like how Lake Stevens is doing right here, is absolutely immeasurable. You know, the Rainmaker is moving here. For those of you who do not know how Rainmaker moving is sliding along here. The goal is to get these checkpoints and then bring it to the second checkpoint after you clear the first, which Lake Stevens manages to do here, Spicy.
Yeah, and Lake Stevens, they're putting on so much pressure onto Prairie right here. You see them now pushing up with this Rainmaker, trying to go up onto this next check as well. You're seeing some flanks potentially coming in, but watching them sneak around. Already taking it to a wipe, and that was an immediate quick game. And that's already the end of game 2 as Lake Stevens up 2-0, now finding themselves on match point in this set.
Oh my goodness. I blink and you miss it moment there, Spicy.
Oh my
Lake
gosh, yeah.
Stevens just comes in swinging really hard. After that first checkpoint was clear, all the members just hit that go button, 1, 2, 3, and they just ran in, got that wipe out here, and cleared out that final checkpoint there, securing them game number 2 here. We are on match point, as you said here before, and now going back to the rule set here as well. Now, the mode that's going to be being played here is going to be quite a beloved one for a competitive scene here. It's going to be Splat Zones here, Spicy.
Yeah, and Splat Zones is great because we saw Turf War earlier, and but now Splat Zones, this is the bread and butter when we think of competitive Splatoon. Pretty much, there are tournaments, there are scenes that will be very strong and adamant about like we will play Splat Zones only, and for good reason, because Splat Zones it's a mode a lot of based on the fundamentals of this game. It's like it takes what Turf War is, but just kind of makes it like just kind of ups it more. You focus only on a certain area, and it's all about like just control it. Once again, it's very similar to King of the Hill, like that kind of idea for those who aren't familiar with this. And I'm really interested to see how these teams approach this mode, especially because we know that Prairie is going to be picking a map. I'm wondering what, because there's a lot of different options they can pick from here as well, because Splat Zones, there's so many different maps I know teams really like, and we saw a lot of weapon diversity already. We might see quite a change up coming into this next game.
Yeah, definitely. And just something I gotta highlight about Splat Zones, right? And that's just so crucial are the specials, right? We talked a lot about how
Yes.
Tacticooler was really strong in Rainmaker, right? You know, being able to pop it and make your team move faster as well as respawn faster, right? But something I want to give a shout out to is triple ink strikes, right? This was being wielded
Yes.
by the Slosher on Prairie E. What was it? Prairie E from Washington State as well. So just being able to pop these ink strikes, you know, there's 3 strikes that you toss there, 1, 2, 3, and each of those strikes have a lot of panning potential, so I expect them to be tossed quite frequently on the zone there, Spicy.
Well, yeah, we're thinking about specials, and I think that's going to be incredible to really think about seeing how these teams play around it. But another thing that is also special is Landfest, who's helping to bring this stream to us here today. I want to give a nice thank you to Landfest for building these healthy communities through gaming. With 23 chapters across 18 states and over 150 events a year, you can find an event near you at landfest.com. And like, we're already talking now about like this scene, like the high school scene is it's way bigger than I ever realized. Like we both come from the collegiate side of things. We've witnessed that scene grow, but now it's really cool seeing like the high school scenes really develop, and like even like WSSEA, Washington State has their own league pretty much, and that's starting to grow here. I'm excited to see what we got coming forward, especially going into this game 3. Maybe in this first set ever like streamed for this tournament for this league. Maybe we see a reverse 3-0. Maybe they take us to a game 5. I'm all in for some more Splatoon.
Oh yeah, for sure. More Splatoon is always more fun. I'm always down to see that here, and we are going to be locking into this game mode right here of Splat Zones. It's going to be on Barnacle of Dive, one of the more lockout heavy maps here. So the first initial fight is going to be oh so important here, and Prairie is going to be banking on winning that first fight to be able to make this one successful as well, as both these teams lock in here. I see new weapons, Spicy, being brought out from Lake Stevens' side.
Yeah, like Steven's opting for that heavy edit spot thing and trying to make the most of it. You see, that's a very quick zone cap. It's like 15 seconds in and already here, and they're already just making their way through with this zone to see this bucket. Now trying to go put some pressure on here, and you already starting to see this lockout start to form as they have the Tactical online and up, trying to build up the support, and they just watch these points start to tick down.
Oh my goodness, this Tri-Slosher is going absolutely insane. Not only getting that crucial double at the start here, but keeping everyone out of Prairie, just unable to do it. We mentioned it is a very difficult situation to come back from, and this Tacticooler being popped as well. In case they do get splatted, it's going to be very difficult for them to come back here. This Tri-Slosher is covering all angles and going absolutely insane, Spicy. 25 ticks left here on the zone until this game is over.
That's insane. You just saw the bucket just sees everything on the map. They know exactly what's going to happen, and you know what's happening now. As Lake Stevens 100-0, it looks like it's going to be, is going to win this game 3 and win this set 3-0. And they have been showing signs of dominance so far early in this season and looking to maybe start to go, not think of just this week. Maybe you're going to see Lake Stevens start to think further down, looking at the bigger picture here.
Yeah, for sure. All doing that little knee fist bump right there. You got to represent your teammates by doing the same emote there as well. And I just got to give a shout out to just Lake Stevens there. Just so well played, so well coordinated, right? Just you saw how quickly, just after the two went down there from that tri-saucer, how quickly they capped the zone and just prevented anyone from the side of Prairie from being able to get anywhere near it, Spicy.
Oh yeah, there was some great stuff that you saw from Lake Stevens there, and I just like the efficiency was just so on point for them this entire set so far. You saw it happen in Rainmaker, where after that first checkpoint, they're like, okay, here's the game plan. We practiced this before. Boom, there's already down taking to that last goal, and now you saw it very much here in Splat Zones. They understood the game plan. We are going to capitalize. We're going to make the most out of a numbers advantage, and then just win this game. And you saw just great awareness, some great coordination, as you mentioned, and I love to see that here this early on in week 1. But week 1 is just a sign of things to come. If your teams like Prairie had some good moments throughout this entire set as well, and I'm wondering now, just makes them a couple adjustments, you could see them going a long way here too.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the beauty of the league format here. What was it? Running a collegiate league format here. I'm quite familiar with the league format. Every week you have a matchup, and, you're going to be matching up against different teams here. You got a little bit of time to just reflect, come back, lick your wounds, right? Think of situations and strategies you can apply right there. It's like, oh, hey, these guys implemented this strategy here of using Tacticooler on all these modes as well. So perhaps maybe we can bring a Tacticooler next week as well and look into different options here. And this is just a bottomless hole, right, of information you just dive right into and look forward into the future here. Hey, you might be down one set, but you're not out for the league.
Yeah, I think that's been some great stuff here, but I think that is going to be wrapping it up from here. From us two here with Splatoon 3 with WSSEA. I just want to give a quick shout out again to Zotac and for LandFest for helping us out, giving some great stuff here. We're just gonna give a quick shout out to us here. Neptune, it's been a pleasure casting with you. It always is a pleasure casting with you. Where can this new audience find you?
Yeah, this new audience can find me at Neptune with an underscore at the end there and a 2 instead of a TU. You can find me on both Twitter, Twitch, as well as lurking around various Splatoon communities. So if you are part of any of those Discords, feel free to say A there. Zotac has their own Discord as well. So if you do want to go support them as well, make sure you go join up there. And you can type !Zotac in chat for more information. But that's enough about me and Zotac for now. Working to find people. Find you, Spicy.
You can find me on Twitter at @SpicyBM or on Twitch at @Spicy_BM. As with Neptune, you can find me around various Splatoon servers. Also helping out with the community, loving to help grow this game, because fun as it is for us to play, it's also great just getting to watch these new players and these new scenes really start to come back in. But once again, that is it for us here today. They're going to be back tomorrow with some Overwatch 2, so you want to stick around for that tomorrow when the time comes, because there's so much esports action coming around across the country. I'm excited to just see how this all progresses, especially at the Scholastic level.
Yeah, definitely. And just seeing these high school scenes, specifically from Washington State, and seeing it through WSSEA and this production as well, you do want to stay tuned for more of that. It's not just Splatoon, it's Overwatch. I believe League of Legends is there as well, Valorant. There's a whole bunch of different games, a whole lot of fun, and just seeing all these high school students get together and be able to play some of their favorite games as well as broadcast it to an audience as well is absolutely amazing here. So I think that's going to be it for us tonight, Spicy. Thank you so much for casting this set with me as well, and I think that'll be it.
Yep, that's it from us. Have a good one, guys, and we'll see you around next time.
Yep, see ya.